All right. It's been a little while since I've been back on the chart. Well, no, scratch that. Been back on the charts. Haven't left the charts. It's been a while since I've actually recorded anything. Um, so here I am, playing catch up. What's been going on? Well, everything's been going pretty smoothly. Everything's been going relatively well. So it's been pretty nice. Uh, just setting up trades, watching them play out, seeing if they play out, taking entries, things of that nature. I'm currently still in 4 trades as we sit right now. I don't remember what the balance was last time. I've slowly started to chip away at whatever it was. Sitting in 4 trades now. Looking at those, we have. I am in a sell right now. I was taking a sell off this area here. It had broken, come back in. I was waiting for price to fall back down. At this point in time, my zone was a little bit further down, here. So I was halfway in the zone. Price has already broken through and has come back up. So it's like, okay, that obviously did not work. So let's keep the actual zone somewhere up here instead. And so currently, I am waiting to see if price gets into this area up here. If price gets into this area up here, I'll take another sell with a stop loss or a hedge a little bit above that. Price never actually came down here to take a buy or close out of the sell and then take a buy. Technically, I probably should have hedged a little bit after it started to break and just waited and ride that hedge all the way up. That's currently not the case. That's not what I did. So I'm just sitting in it. EuroCAD. EuroCAD, it's roughly same thing. I was expecting this area to bounce just based upon the uptrend. So it was a break and a retest. Price had pulled back in here. I was waiting for price had stalled a little bit, started to take up. So I took a buy and then it just tanked through. So now I'm waiting for price to come back down into this level here. Once price gets into there, I'll take another buy and move on up. My final point of entry would be down here. So I've positioned myself for these 3 different entries here to manage the trade however I feel like. Originally, I was targeting a higher high being hopefully somewhere near this daily area where price had been before. But as we can tell, it didn't go that way. So it's okay. Now I'll just basically work to get out of this trade here. So as price comes down into this area here, I will take another buy. As I said before, I probably should have, as price dipped into here and came back up, closed that buy, and then just completely and totally been out, because this is not, I mean, where's the zone? Where's the zone? So when you start looking and you start having to make up things for being a zone instead of it being clear cut, you should probably stay out. It's really not clear cut either. So I'm gonna have to consider that one once price gets into this area. Really, I'm just looking for a small bounce, just a small bounce to mitigate the losses from this one, not necessarily actually getting out in profit. I'd more be happy getting out and break even. So not too concerned about actually making a huge profit. Just getting out of break even or even a smaller loss would be nice. GBP CAD is falling. I took a sell from here based upon this level that has been respected in the past, and you got a nice bounce out of this one before. This is the second bounce here. I'm looking for, this is my level that I'm roughly waiting on for price to get into. Once price gets in there, I'll probably look to either close or put my stops to break even, maybe take a little bit off of the table and see if it'll run all the way down to this point down here. I will not be taking a trade off of this because of just how not clean it is, but I do feel like we'll get some sort of reaction that I just don't want to mess with. The only next place I'd be looking at is someplace down here for an entry. I would take a bounce off of something like that. So that's currently how that one's playing out. And then NZD JPY, same thing here. Probably jumped the gun on this one. I won't say probably. I did jump the gun on this one. Price had broken down, gotten into this as a sell, waiting for price to just continue down. Price did not really break out, though. When you look at the grand scheme of this entire area here, it's like, oh man, if I really need to be honest with myself, and I should, I really should have waited for a deeper push and then actually treated this as a buy instead of a sell. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. So what I do though? Well, I mitigated this one. I waited for price. Price continued to go up. I was waiting for price to either pull back, and it didn't. I ended up taking a buy here. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just go ahead and hedge my position here. Took the buy all the way up, closed it out here once I started to see some rejection here, and then entered an immediate sell. My position for this one is way above these levels. So if price breaks this level, I'm positioned enough that I can actually take another entry here. And this is a pretty clean zone, so I should expect some sort of reaction. If I can take a reaction here, so basically this should pretty much become a break even. I've made profit on the buy. If I can take a sell here and it comes down here, I'll close this one at break even. I'll close this one at a profit, this one at a profit, or this one in a loss. And that should probably wipe everything out. This one is positioned higher than the other one. And so I should have given myself a little bit more room somewhere up in here. Maybe gone for this level here. If it's not going to bounce here, then it should bounce here, sort of thing. And that would have given me a little bit less of a drawdown than I'm currently in. But that's not how I did it. I entered heavy, expecting price to break out of this here because it had broken out. According to me, wrong answer. It would have been so much cleaner to have just used these fire lows, these final lows down here, and just taken an entry somewhere in the middle here. This would have been a beautiful trade, just all the way up to that zone up there. Would have been absolutely beautiful, but that did not happen. So 4 trades that I'm in, and currently managing. I've had a few that did pretty well before. I need to look at how my positioning's working out, how my sizing's working out. I've had a few heavy ones. This was a buy off a support, a break and retest, and a support level. A future sell, which I could have actually held for a little bit longer, but I didn't. And then a JPY or GBP JPY sell that I actually could have held for a lot longer as well. And then I had some other ones go off where I was in particular trades and they worked out really, really nicely as far as my management, but they actually went well beyond my management location. I can't even remember which trade it was. Probably Euro CHF. Let's go look at Euro CHF, see if I left everything on there. I did not. I did not. Yeah, but that's that. I did take a picture at the end. Had a loss there, or I was going to take a sell there. Sell didn't work out. I ended up taking a buy. The buy came all the way up, and I ended up playing with it for way too long. It didn't reach up deep enough that I wanted it to, for me to close out and then enter a sell. So price eventually came all the way back. I didn't close the sell then either and enter a buy. I should have, but I didn't. Just trying to get around that mentality of, even though I'm in a hedge trade, like, treat it as its own trade, and it has merit. Like, we have a zone here that prices caused some problem or had some problem with before, a bounce there, a break and a bounce here, and then we finally come back for the first retest of another support after breaking through. It's like we could see some reaction. Granted, this did not drop far enough into that zone, so I probably wouldn't have taken a buy there because it didn't, but I could have closed the sell. But wits came about me. Eventually, as price reached back up in here, ping my level here, I closed the buyout, immediately entered a sell, and then ended up closing the sells at break even and made profit on the buy. And so it was just a small win, which, I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, maybe a break even now. Nah. See, like these last, oh man, I had an $80 loss there. So last couple of, what does the month of March look like? The month of March has been $186. It's, oh man, that, having a trading journal, keeping track of everything and how it's going, this is what gives you that motivation to keep it going. I was down $200, $300. According to the month of March, I'm up 186. If I can continue this process going, even though we've had some pretty big losses in there, I'm not sure why this one was such a terrible loss. Probably, yep, I did not. Yeah, I did not let that play out as long as I should have and handled that as properly as I should have. But lessons learned. So seeing all that though is it's encouraging. So if you don't have a trading journal, get a trading journal. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. Just the entry, the exit, win or loss, and then write down some notes if you got notes. Mine are pretty simple. Maybe I actually probably need to start taking a little bit more notes on my management process. That way I can see how often I either goof up or how well I actually do as far as pre-planning my management styles ahead of time. So that is that. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a run up on how things are going, and I will be back at the charts, not Sunday, maybe Sunday. I do have some things that are cropping up. This Euro, I'm in Euro CHF. This Euro CHF, maybe, depending on how Sunday plays out, I'd like to see Euro CHF come down a little bit more into this zone here. Looks like we have. Why is this? Why does that look off here? Yeah, so it looks off on the 4 hour, but on the 1 hour, it's back into this zone. So depending on how everything plays out, if we could stay in this zone a little bit, get some wick rejections, I might take this back up to the top. Once again, first time being back after breaking and retesting the zone. Not really a huge zone, but it's not too bad. I will actually double this up and come down here. What do we see here? We got that zone there too. Okay, cool. And in the pass, that counts as well. Okay, so I'll just wait for a deeper push into this zone here. So currently that is on my watch list for Sunday/Monday. And other than that, I have nothing else on my watch list because nothing else has pinged yet. I'll probably go through sometime over the weekend and see how close to everything is, see where if any zones need to be readjusted, things of that nature. But if I make a video, then I get to make a video. If not, I will see you guys next week. Thank you and have a great day.